what are we do?
We just
Okay,
went live. I'm sorry, I should have said
it's
what.
okay. It's
Do
okay.
you want to come back? Yeah, no, we'll talk afterwards, ladies and gentlemen. It's Love, Death, and Taxes. We are going to be talking about. Well, we've got more questions for you, Agnes. I only halfway unfilled that mailbox last week, so we've got questions here from Zoe. We've got questions here from Chris. We've got questions here from Taylor and John, and we're going to go at all of those in just a second, ladies and gents. This is Love, Death, and Taxes, and I hope you're ready for some answers.
All right.
Wild. How's your week been? It's been a very interesting week. Like the Olympics started. It's starting to really get hot now. Such an interesting time. What's going on with you?
I am very upset this week. All my vegetables got burnt.
Oh no!
My
And I
heart is
saw those.
my heart is broken. My cucumbers, my tomatoes, my eggplants, my peppers gone. They I got really upset. I started ripping everything out yesterday.
Oh, so all the blossoms, I assume, just burned. You could literally
Yes,
see them all
yes.
burned up. That's what happens, ladies and gents, when if you've got uh, veggies in your backyard and you see those blossoms burn up, they turn brown and shrinkle and shrivel. That's usually it. It's all over. Me with the flowers overnight.
My cucumbers start becoming round and yellow and orange,
Oh,
and the tomatoes start having black spots. The same, the peppers. My dill, beautiful, beautiful, big, nice brown.
oh,
Like heartbroken, just heartbroken.
yeah. And you spent all that time on it and watering it and everything.
Yeah,
This was just too hot outside.
I'm done. I'm done. That's it.
She's like, I'm done. I'm not
I'm
even
done.
gonna do it anymore.
I surrender.
All right, so let's see if Zoe should be done with this guy because she says here it seems like they have some commitment issues. Says Agnes, I've been seeing this guy for a while and we vibe really well, but every time I bring up the idea of being exclusive, he dodges the conversation. He says convo, but I know. I don't want to scare him off, but I need to know where we stand. How should I handle this? Hmm.
Oh, my darling, I'll never forget. I was seeing someone a couple decades ago, and he was never available on the weekends. And finally, he came clean and told me I am his fourth girlfriend. And his girlfriend number one takes priorities and he goes on the weekends with her. So I told him that if I'm not worthy his time, he doesn't have enough time to invest in me to get to know me, then please just go. 2 days later, he called me, asked me if I want to jump in on the opening because the position number one just opened up. So, hey, upgrade from four to one. He thought that I'll be very grateful. He was very lucky I didn't break his legs. So it, if someone doesn't want to commit, if doesn't have enough time for you, if that's already a problem, then he's not for you.
Yeah.
Why should you invest all this time and energy getting to know him? You will like him. Obviously, you do because we have the question. So, Zoe must care for this guy, but it's just not worthy of your attention, of your energy, of your time. Let him go. Find
Yeah.
somebody better. There's a lot of fishes in this pond.
Yes. This is in the pub. This is they see it. But yeah, it's a much bigger pool than you think it is. And you think that's what it is? Do you think he's deciding he's not going to commit because there's a lot of people out there. That's
He's
part of the
true.
problem with the new dating scene right now. Nobody's like, hey, I these are the people who are around me and these are the available options. Because the truth is, You flip open your phone and you can find somebody else in the next town over, and very very quickly replace someone who you thought was irreplaceable. So that's a shame. But yeah, Zoe, you heard. This might be a situation. Check it out. Like I'm not gonna tell you to do any. I guess Agnes, you're not telling her to do anything like go punch him in the face because you know he's cheating on you. You don't know that,
Just
right?
break his legs. No, 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 no. No, just find someone who deserve to be with you, because
Right.
obviously he doesn't know what he has in his hands, and you like him, you find somebody better. Just like obviously he's looking for somebody better right now because he doesn't want to be exclusive.
Oh, you think that? Oh, he's like, oh, you're not enough. Okay, so he's looking for something. All right, very well. Next one comes from Alex, and Alex says, "Hi, Agnes. My partner and I have been together for 5 years, and lately we seem to be having a lot of communication issues. We argue over the smallest things, and it feels like we're not listening to each other anymore. How can we improve our communication and resolve our conflicts more effectively?" And it's Alex, and it's a him. Alex is a guy.
Mhm. It's very funny. I witnessing that quite often. People speak English. Both of the parties speak English. They speak about the same matter but using different words, and they argue because they feel like they are not being heard, and they talk about the same thing but they don't hear each other.
Yeah,
It's a very very popular problem, unfortunately. um, See, the thing is that usually when we're trying to convince someone about something, right,
right.
is because we feel that that person doesn't understand us. We are assuming from the beginning of the conversation that you don't understand me. You don't know where I'm coming from. You don't know what I feel. You are against me. If you are in a relationship and you don't feel that your partner is your teammate, if you are not sure if they are on your side, that they want only best for you, then you're going to try to argue and you're going to try to relate to them. But listen, you don't understand. That's what it is. They might be understanding you better than you think, or maybe they feel the same way about you as well.
Mm.
So instead, talking about small things, arguing about the very little things, obviously you have to open up that Pandora's box and see why are you are not communicating, why you don't trust each other, why do you think that you are not being understood, why do you think that the person that you're in a relationship with you, it's not your teammate.
Mm.
Because that when you and only then when you understand what is the problem, if you're going to start trusting each other, if you're going to start believing that, okay, this person is with me, she lives with me, or maybe just we see each other, we
Right,
sharing intimate moments, okay, she's on my side, therefore I'm being understood. If you are on the same side,
right.
just and if you know that that person wants only for you to benefit in any ways, that's the only way that you're going to start avoiding a lot of problems. If you're getting on each other's nerves, maybe it's the sign of the end of the relationship, but I truly believe that this is bigger problem, that you just lack of trust. And then you're
Yeah,
jumping into conclusion. You're jumping into conclusion. Sometimes I noticed you're talking about something in someone. Oh, you think it's me? Oh, you think why? If you are my teammate, why should you think that it's you? I'm not talking about you. The kind of thing.
right,
So
right.
let's open that Pandora's box, because life is already unpleasant when you keep arguing about everything, right? So
Yeah, yeah. I saw a, a TikTok, a reel, or whatever it was, But the girl is like in her room and she says, I'm about to make some trouble right now because I think he's doing something he shouldn't be doing. And she walks into the room and just starts arguing with the guy. And the guy's like, what's happening? You can see he's completely just taken aback by it. And I know some of those things are jokes or pranks as they put them on TikTok. But the truth is, there are a lot of people who do that stuff like all the time and you freak people out. You're like, what are you doing? Why are you trying? Why are you assuming that something is going wrong just because nothing is happening? You just feel like this. I have a feeling, right? So silly.
Yeah, you
Um,
know, a lot of people when they have that feeling, they either thinking about doing that to their partner or they doing that to their partner. That's why there's a lot of mistrust. Where are you
yeah,
going? What time are you coming back? Who did you talk to? Did you go out with someone? Just because they're doing behind the partner's back very
right,
similar things. That's why
right,
they're
right,
thinking, oh, if I'm doing that, they're doing that.
right.
And that is mistrust.
They're doing
And you cannot go on in
mm,
life constantly looking behind your back. That's not life. But talking
right.
about the funny reels, I saw one when the guy's apologizing to his wife. Honey, I am very sorry that I cheated on you with your best friend in your dream.
That's right.
So,
I specifically remember getting hit in my bed at night. I'm like, what happened? I had a dream, and you were cheating in the dream. It's like, what?
stop it. Oh
Cut it
God,
out.
that's funny.
All right,
Yeah.
so here's one from Chris, who's he says, "What's up, Agnes? My girlfriend and I are doing long distance while she's away at college, and it's been tough. We're both super busy, and the time apart is getting to us. Any tips on how to keep our relationship strong and stay connected?" And this is from Chris. He's the email
Oh,
today.
Chris, that's a really tough one. Unfortunately, if the life gets life gets in a way. Life gets in a way, and she's busy in college. She's meeting new people. She's having other activities, and you're on the other side. In this situation, if you're not going to start making trips more often to see her because she's busy with work, with college, with other activities regarding her study, you're going to lose her. It's not going to survive. It's part of life. We all grow and we all grow apart,
Oh,
unfortunately. I'm sorry. I'm just
oh,
being
you're
straightforward.
telling him that. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Chris. I hope that is not what happens, or at least you can like do something. What do you think you'd do? I guess I would send more packages across. I guess I would, you know, try to call more often. That would probably help, right? Uh, but
They're
Agnes,
busy. They're
it's a
both
matter of
super
time.
busy. If that's
Yeah,
both super
yeah,
busy,
yeah. That's the thing. Like, no matter
life
what, if
gets in
they're
a
still
way.
busy, yeah,
And at
yeah,
this point, she's bettering herself. She's in college. She's experiencing life and new friendships and planning for the future. If they're gonna survive, that's fantastic. That will benefit both of them, what she's doing now.
hmm
So if it's meant to be, then it's meant to be. This old saying, if it's yours, you have to let it go, and if it's and then we'll come back to you. You cannot hold somebody's emotions hostage. If they are for you, if they're meant to be, no matter where they're gonna get back to you, no matter what. But
right.
you cannot be in a way of their plans, of their future. You can't, because that will
So
build
are you?
resentment.
So you think that that other person is not reciprocating? Is that what you think it is? That's why it's happening?
But if she's in college, you know how that is.
Yeah,
How
I
much
do. I
study,
do.
how much other
And
activities, how many other things. That's a two full-time jobs, you know.
yeah,
And plus, she should be experiencing college life, college friendships. You know, some of them they stay lifetime. They
Yeah.
survive lifetime. And that's important for her future. She needs to
Mm.
work on that first. Things happens in life. But if it's
Yes.
meant to
Well,
be, it's meant to be.
yeah, that is a tough one. And the further away you are, and the longer away you are away, these are people who are changing. Like you can learn a bunch. College was rough, man. I learned a lot of stuff there, and learned a lot of stuff about myself there. And yeah, by the time you're done, you come out almost an entirely different person.
Oh,
Within
absolutely.
the first year, within the first year, you don't even have to go all 4 years to have that happen. The first year alone like changes you because you're going away to somewhere where thoughts are different and people are talking about ideas that maybe you didn't think about before, or maybe you're bringing ideas to them and having those like tossed back at you. It's very interesting, very very interesting. Let's see who we've got. We've got a intimacy question. This one's good. This is good. Hi Agnes, my wife and I have been married for 10 years and our sex life has significantly declined over the past year. I wonder what significantly declined means. For Guy, what does that mean? We both feel disconnected and unsure how to rekindle the intimacy in our marriage. What steps can we take to improve our physical and emotional connection? And this one is from John. A lot of guys today. Good, good, good.
See,
Thank you.
emotional connection is even more important than physical connection. When people grow apart, again, we all evolve, right? We go to our careers, we're getting advances, we go different places, we meet different people, we see life sometimes from different perspective than what we were looking at 10, 15, 20 years ago.
Mhm.
And being in a marriage, communication, talking, explaining, sharing experiences, it's very important, and being understood. If you don't make time on daily basis for those few minutes to share those experiences, to pay attention to your partner's feelings, this connection will happen and life will start getting in a way as that, oh, she doesn't understand me, he doesn't understand me, I'm just not going to talk to them, move on. And we're going every day, and years, months and years are escaping us, right? But when they both want to still reconnect, then let's get back to the beginning. Let's start remembering what is the reason why they fall in love. What is the reason? What did they saw in each other? Let's start rekindling that way. Maybe go back to places where they met. And you know what? I encourage everyone to have at least once a week a date night. It's very important. You
Very,
have
very
time,
important.
not for the kids, not for the
Yeah.
family, just for the two of you. Just remember why you fall in love. Remember what brought you together. So start slowly like that. Let's have a date. Let's go out to movies. Nothing fancy, just for two movies. Let's go for a walk. Let's hold hands and see how that felt. Let's
I have
start
I
sitting
have
and looking at
a,
each other, you know?
a guy who I listen to sometimes, um, very upbeat, and he's great for people who are like high performance. You want high performance. Like his thought thing is just all like let's get thoughts correctly and do what we're doing. Um, and his big deal is once a week go out somewhere with your wife, no matter what. And if you're after you're doing date night, quarterly, you have to go on a trip, like a weekend, like a long weekend, to just get out of the house and completely change scenery so that you definitely are doing something together that breaks up the monotony of being at home and being in a relationship. And I thought that was great. I only recently came across that. Probably would have helped a lot, but
But
I thought it was a
just
great idea.
just for the health reasons, just for the
Mhm.
health reasons, not for the marriage.
Right.
benefit, but just for the health reasons, we all should have mini vacation every 3 months.
That would be nice, right?
Okay, just to get away, even long weekend, or even for the weekend, just to get away. Doesn't have to be, you don't have to go to Europe, you don't have to go to Caribbean. Just get away somewhere to look at different things and
Right.
escape those everyday problems.
Hmm.
Okay, but for in a relationship, it's very important to have. I just heard it not that long ago, that instead just giving that peck on the cheek or on the lips when you greeting your loved one, or when you're saying goodbye, the minimum kiss should be minimum 6 to 10 seconds. That
Oh,
apparently is very healthy for the relationship. And it's important that when you're walking by your partner, don't just walk by and it's like being in your own world. Give her a little kiss, give him a little hug, you know, pinch that bottom lovingly, or spank lovingly, or give a hug, or something like that,
right.
to keep some to keep that love alive, at least one rose once a week. That is, you know,
Something.
it's a beautiful thing that it's keeping in mind that that person still remembers you, that it's important that they're going to put smile on your face,
Yeah.
you know not to brag on getting dozen roses every Friday, but it's for me to know that he still cares,
Right.
that he
Right.
wants me to feel special. That's very, very important. So in a relationship, when two people drift apart, let's get back to dating. Let's get back to dating.
Yeah.
Someone said that if you're not going to date your wife, that, oh, the people date, they get married, that's it, I'm said. No, if you're not going to date your spouse, someone else will.
Someone else will. Oh boy. And
So it's not
that's rough.
up, you're looking at different stories, the princesses, and oh, they love each other, they got married and live happily ever after. Life starts after happily ever after. That's real life starts. That's how, and it's not all happy, it's not all beautiful and easy. It's work. But if you
Right.
love each other, you work on it. So
You do
start
it.
dating. Remember why you fall in love.
Get it
And
done. Get it done.
talk to
All
each
right.
other. Like I said, emotional intimacy is much more important than physical.
All right. So this is the last one. Um, Agnes, my partner and I have been living together for 6 months, and we're finding it difficult to manage our finances as a couple. This is the money question. Huh? We have different spending habits and financial priorities, which often leads to arguments. And I guess they're redacting exactly how bad this is getting, because for you to say we have different spending habits and financial priorities, oh boy. How can we create a financial plan that works for both of us and strengthens our relationship? And this is from Taylor. And I would add to that that we will stick to, right? That's part of the problem. Like, how do you stick to it? Make sure you're doing what you're supposed to be doing.
It's very this is a very good question. I like this question because the one of the reasons why we start answering relationship questions,
Hmm.
why we started changing a little bit of the format of this podcast, of this show, is that I have noticed when I was helping people with financial problems, the
Hmm.
couples start blaming each other. Oh, you didn't tell me. Oh, you didn't. There was a lot of problems with the couples. So I truly discovered that miscommunication, avoiding responsibilities, lack of commitment. There's a lot of so the root of a problem when people start having problem with taxes, with
Right.
finances, was miscommunication. It started in a relationship. That's why, I became a relationship coach, to understand a little bit more what is happening in people's life, to be able to help them more. So I noticed that there is bigger problem with relationship issues that actually lead to financial problems.
Right. Right.
You know,
Or vice versa, financial problems that. Oh no, no, you're saying that it's the communication that actually creates the financial problem in and of itself. Okay,
yes,
I see
and
what
this is a great example, because
you're saying.
again, um, people enter relationships for different reasons. Some people like, okay, you make more money, so you take care of everything. I'm just gonna live in my happily ever after and don't care about anything. I saw that as well. I saw partners that they just don't want to take any responsibilities for any financial difficulties. Oh, I thought you're gonna take care of that. So why you looking at me now?
Right,
I
right,
shouldn't be giving you this. I need money for this and this and that. Like, I want to live like a princess. So you have to pay for everything. There are different problems. Or how could you put me in this situation of right now? I'm leaving you with all the problems. I'm leaving, I'm taking kids, and that's it. You deal with that. So there's a lot of human issues here. Our personalities sometimes take better of us, but marriage is a partnership, right?
yes,
And each of us still have our own needs, right? And like, walk as one, but don't forget who you are. It's very important. But you are in a relationship, you live together, you have household expenses, right? So why
right.
don't we try this? Half of your income goes to the joint accounts, and you do with your half whatever is necessary for you. Most likely, you're going to have to cut down on a lot of things, because
Hmm,
half of it
hmm.
has to go to income. You have to be responsible for the roof over your head. You have to be responsible for paying utilities. You have to be responsible for food and other things, and entertainment and everything else. Make decisions together. Make decisions together. A lot of times, a person who makes more have to contribute a little bit more, but
Yeah,
the other person have to come up with something else to come up to that half of the responsibilities. You cannot just come in
okay.
and into relationship and
Right.
think, okay, oh, you
And
do whatever.
and then,
It's important to talk about it.
oh, so
That
that's the financial plan that you actually have to, yeah, right, put everything together and take a look, and then do it, because it, yeah, that's part of what he's asking too, right? It's like, how can we create a plan that works for both of us? So I think, yeah, you got to look at what it is that you're spending on, but then also make sure that the things that need to be covered are covered by everybody. One, and then what's left over, then you can do whatever else with those other things. But it looks like, yeah, when I see someone say we have different financial priorities, it sounds to me like someone is trying to save and the other person wants to spend. Like you've got you a grasshopper married an ant. You know that old Aesop's fable where the grasshopper just wants to play and enjoy himself all summer when it's warm, but the ant, even when it's warm, even when it doesn't matter, he's constantly taking food and putting it away, taking food and putting it away. And when the grasshopper, when time comes, the grasshopper, passes away because there's no warmth, there's no food.
I don't believe in controlling each other. We
Right.
all should have that little room to make decisions for ourselves.
Hmm.
If each of us have to have a little bit of room, like we want to go do something with our hair, or buy underwear or socks. We should not be a you should not be asking our partner, can I please have $20 to go and do this, right? We should have that little income. That's why I said have to together, because you live together, you have to have responsibility, and keep the other half either safe for yourself, God forbid, for this, for the rainy day, and have some money to either go do your nails, go buy something. You want a piece of chocolate, go buy yourself a piece of chocolate. You know what I mean? Or have money for lunch. Things like that. Don't
Yeah.
it's just the communication. Of course, for everybody will be different budgeting based on their salary and everything else. But
Right.
you have to be responsible. You just have to.
Yeah. There's nothing for it. You just have to be, no matter what. All right. So thank you. Thank you, everybody. Chris, Zoe, Taylor, John, Alex. Thank you so much for your great questions. I felt like we've got our own Dr. Ruth here, like putting in the work. Thank you so very much, Agnes. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have a question that you'd like to ask, or you have a topic you'd like us to cover, you can send that to mailbag@lovedeathandtaxes.com. That's our email, right? If you need some help with your financials, like the gentleman here did, especially if you own a business and the IRS is knocking at your door, or calling you so you can't even pick up your phone. Well, they don't do that, right, Agnes? Agnes, they'll never actually call you. They'll send you letters, right?
They sent you letters. They will visit. They will
And
visit.
they're
They will leave the business
knocking
card,
your
but
door.
they
Yeah,
don't call us.
yeah. If you're afraid to go out your front door, the place you want to go is nytaxresolutions.com, because that's Agnes's website, and she assists people who are having those problems, tax resolution problems, here federally and here in New York State. Okay, and just understand, no judgment. There is no judgment. That is not something. I mean, everybody has these problems, and that's why we're more than willing to talk them through and share some solutions with you. So, ladies and gents, please, please, please like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. If you are looking for more information like this, you definitely want to come to our channel. It's youtube.com/@ Love, Death, and Tag. Love, Death, and Taxes. I almost said Love, Death, and Agnes. Love, Death, and Taxes. All right. I see you guys next week. Enjoy, enjoy. Thank you so much, Agnes.
Thank you. See you next
All
week.
right. All right. Bye bye.